Before we start off with today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my friends over at Soul Avant Garde. So Soul Avant Garde is a place where you can go and you can explore a wide range of niche perfumery. So much variety. They have discovery sets, they have samples, they have a lot to offer for those looking to elevate their collection, those who are curious about other things, of other qualities, of other brands in perfumery. All right, so save yourself some money. Use my code DEDRICK10. DEDRICK10 gets you 10% off on anything on Soul Avant Garde. All right, so I know a lot of people are really in love with the brand of Mind Games as well. So I got something for you too. You want to head over to Mind Games and do some discovery, do some searching, do some looking, save yourself some money by using Dedrick10 as well over at mindgames.com. All right, so head over there, see what you like, see what you're interested in. I recommend sampling. All right, and then you can get your good feel if you want to make a purchase from Soul Avant Garde or mindgames.com. All right, so y'all check it out. Let me know what you guys get into, what you guys like. Let me know down below in the comments, man. And happy exploring for sure. All right, let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, Dedrick Alex Jr., and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic, positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only. All right, so today's Smell Good family question for y'all real quick. Question. And I know y'all do it, so you better tell the truth. How many of y'all walk up to wherever you keep your fragrances, whether that it's in a collection cabinet or just a space that's in your crib, all right? And you just pull the top off and you smell that particular fragrance. Like it kind of, it's aromatherapy. It's something of some type of comfort or something that could help relax you, or just wanting to smell the DNA. And we're not talking performances, sillages, and projections. We're talking about just flat out how something smells and how you connect with it. All right, so that's what today's video is about. I got 7 fragrances here that at some point in time I was I smelled these fragrances and a certain type of connection was made outside of the wearing experience. Just smelling it and being just connected to it, man. And y'all know what I'm talking about though. Those who enjoy candles or fragrance or whatever that smells, excites your nostrils or ignites that sense in your nose, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so 7 fragrances here that just smell fantastic. Yes, I have great wearing experiences or great just experiences overall with these, but just the smell of them on a random day, I will go and just smell it. Just smell it. So let's go ahead and tap in. Up first, from the house of Tom Ford, we have Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. Noir Extreme. This is definitely a fragrance that I often, when I'm in my fragrance cabinet, I pull it out and I smell it. And there's something ultra unique about this scent, and that is the note of coffee. All right, it's a sweet and nutty Indian dessert. I've never tried it, but to what I've been told, and from everything that I've read, and from what other people have told me as well, and hopefully one day I'll get to try the dessert. But this coffee note in here is just something that I just enjoy smelling. Even right now, Tom Ford, especially in this era of creations, they were on another planet. Designer niche qualities for sure, and this one definitely has it. And this is a fan favorite. And I have 2 bottles of this stuff, and this is turned into my cozy scent, like really type of cozy vibes, man, during the fall and the winter. But all in all, the aroma that this gives off, it's just fantastic, man. So that coffee note is very nice, really good. From the house of Tom Ford. Love just enjoying the DNA, the aroma. We have Noir, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. Noir Extreme. All right. Up next, from the house of Maison Margiela, all right, we have Replicas by the Fireplace. There is something about this burning wood, vanilla and chestnut experience. This legitly smells like a fire going, and you could be sipping on like a hazelnut latte with some vanilla in it. It just has that smoky sweet combination that's done really well. Another fragrance that I give the designer niche nod to. Why is that? It's because I've never smelled anything like this with anything else. Inspired takes, yes, but just from the market, I don't know if this was the first of its kind in, let alone the designer world, maybe in the niche world, I'm not sure. And I don't care because this satisfies my nose when I smell it. Again, I love how that burning wood sensation really dances well with the chestnut and the vanilla here. Great for the wintertime. Yes, it's a great wear. Yes, it performs really, really well. It's super unique. But how I feel, what comes over me when I smell this is it's second to none. Great aromatherapy experience that I get from Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace from the replica line for sure. This stuff is fire. All right, up next, don't care how long I've been loving fragrances, but the very first time that I smelled this, up until this very moment, it stays up there as far as its ranking, and it's because of how it smells. From the house of Paco Rabanne, we have 1 Million Lucky. 1 Million Lucky, man, so good. Plum, hazelnut combination here. This stuff is, in my opinion, the best of them all. When I say them all, I mean the 1 million line. But the plum, the honey, and that hazelnut combination is just spectacular, man. This stuff smells really great, and it's just one of the elite designer fragrances of all time. It's in my top 10 of fragrances of all time, designer fragrances of all time. But just smelling that honey, that plum, and that hazelnut, it's something about it. I got a backup bottle on deck because I enjoy the smell, the aroma of it first, and I don't want to go without having it. So again, from the house of Paco Rabanne, we have 1 Million Lucky. This stuff smells awesome. Smells awesome. All right, up next, a recent pickup in my collection and also a recent experience. And this is the greatest coffee fragrance that I've ever smelled, and it's not close. To this date of recording this video, to this point, I've never smelled another coffee fragrance better. From the house of Day 3 Fragrances, we have La Tacita de Café. This stuff is incredible. Incredible. The story behind this is heartwarming and just fantastic, but the coffee that's used in here, it's so realistic. It's like it's brewing right now, like as I smell this fragrance. High quality, I believe it's Dominican coffee, and I like a nice coffee fragrance, but yes, I like a nice coffee fragrance, but with this, just the realistic nature of it. And it's like when Mike was on the live stream, the owner of Day 3 Fragrances, when Michael Paul, when he came over and told the story, and I put my nose on, it's like I just kind of went there with how he was feeling upon creating this. But again, I pulled the top off of this since I've gotten it, just to smell it, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautifully well done coffee fragrance. This stuff is fire. From the house of Day 3 Fragrances, we have La Tacita de Café. La Tacita de Café. I know it's blowing, my bottle's being blown out by the light here, but y'all know what it is. All right, up next, from the house of Nazar Fragrances. This is in my top 3 that I've experienced. One of the best experiences that I've had this year in perfumery, but this stuff is wild. From the house of Nazar, we have Black Butter. I have talked about this to anybody who would listen to me, whether you're watching the videos or I've had conversations, but man, blueberry, mango butter, oh God, vanilla. This stuff is rich, it is potent, It is heavy, but it smells incredible. Terrence did a fantastic job with this creation. And I overly love this stuff. I have this in the body oil form as well. And this stuff is incredible. It's incredible, and I cannot wait till when it gets colder out and I get to wear it out in the field. But I smell this literally every day since I've gotten it. Since I've gotten it. And again, I've said this with Nazar. If you're looking for a different, unique fragrance experience, like just something different that you just probably haven't experienced before, then check out the House of Nazar fragrances. Use my code KingDedrick15 to save you 15% off of anything on the site, excuse me. And Terrence has loads and loads of options, but this stuff is incredible. The aroma of it just kind of centers me real quick, and I just enjoy the experience as I'm smelling it a lot. From the House of Nazar fragrances, we're talking Black Butter. Black Butter is fire, man. One of the best fragrance experiences of all of 2024 for me. Up next, of course, I have to put this. The conversation is running rapid with comparisons of this fragrance to others, which I think is cool. But for me, from the House of Mind Games, the very best experience I've had thus far overall is from Mind Games, and that is French Defense. The very best cherry fragrance on the market, in my opinion. The very best cherry fragrance experience that I have ever had. There's tons and tons of other cherry experiences, yes they are, but for me, I appreciate what this is and what it has become. Am I responsible for hyping this fragrance up? Probably, and I'm cool with that. But this is a dark, boozy fragrance. The cherry is black cherry, and it is dark. It smells like it's drizzled with honey and soaked with booze. All right, you get these other spicy floral components here, but this is exceptional. For the note of cherry, which for me is something very sentimental, it's an aphrodisiac, in my experience. But the black cherry in here, the amber and everything else really is of high quality, and it will stand toe to toe with any cherry fragrance out there. The Boldisia Bodacious, the Tom Fords, anything, the Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal, EDPs, whatever. This stands up toe to toe and nose to nose with any of them, but the aroma in itself is fantastic. I love this stuff. From the House of Mind Games, we're talking French Defense. French Defense from Mind Games, all right? And last but not least, one that I'm sad to report is discontinued. And I went back and forth with this one and another one, which is also discontinued from this line. But this is deemed to be my ultimate favorite. And still, even though you can't get it in stores, maybe you can get it on discounters or, eBay. Be careful with eBay and all that. Be careful with that. Be careful with discounters too. It just depends on you doing your research. All right. But this one right here, it's amazing. The best from the line, from the house of, Giorgio Armani? Giorgio Armani. We have Armani Code Absolute. Ugly, tall bottle. I've had this for quite some time, but this is fruity, leathery, and a little bit of a spicy nuance to it. And the leather here blends with this apple and this orange, these sweet and spicy textures. I think there's some nutmeg in here. And it's just a beautiful blend. And it really reminds me of perfumery. Ooh. Almost knocked my hat off. It really reminds me, I just got caught for a second. It really reminds me of that designer fragrance era where things were just different. Things weren't running the same. And this is a true definition of a flanker. So you take your original Armani Code, that powdery, fresh and clean and sweet DNA, and then you continue to add layers to it like this right here. The suede in here is beautiful. The orange, the apple, the nutmeg. For those who are asking, does it come off synthetic-y? Sure, it does. It has its moments, but I don't care about that. This stuff is incredible. It's kind of like 1 Million Lucky. 1 Million Lucky, Armani Code, Absolute, By the Fireplace. Like, these are fragrances that at one point in time there was some real special creations out there. A lot of things in the designer world are so redundant these days. It's sad to see, But there was a point in time where things like this were out there, being true to the flanker. Just in the air smells so good. And I just have to be mindful of my sprays because I might not ever see this or have this again once this bottle's empty. And I got about a little under a quarter, almost half of a bottle left, because when I first got this, I used to wear it a lot. But the aroma, it gives off true aromatherapy because I really appreciate that suede and that fruitiness, those sweet and spicy textures. It is really, really good. From the house of Giorgio Armani, we have Armani Code Absolute, one of the best smelling experiences in my collection. All right, Smell Good family. So there you have it. That was 7 different fragrances that the aromatherapy factor in them is very real. And I often smell these, go into my cabinet, put my nose, hey, that Absolute is just hovering around in a great way. I cannot wait till it gets a little bit cooler and really get a chance to flex with that one, because that is one of those ones, you understand me. All right. So again though, aromatherapy, it's a real thing, whether it's from candles to fragrances, to lotions or butters or whatever, soaps, whatever it is, it's a real thing. And for most, there has to be, I would think, when you smell something that kind of, that smells good, kind of calms you down, bring down all your levels a bit, and kind of relaxes you because you're experiencing something that has truly taken over all your senses. And I believe perfumery does that on a very high level way. And these are 7 of my favorite fragrance experiences that I just enjoy the aroma of, of what they are, the creations of what they are. I really enjoy them. All right, so Smell Good family, let me know down below in the comments, what about you? What fragrances in your collection do you just smell just to smell, outside of the performance, outside of the wearing ability, outside of all of that? What fragrances in your collection do you just smell because they just smell good? They just smell good, and that connection and that bond is there. Let me know down below in the comments. I definitely appreciate y'all. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. I appreciate the love and support. I do not take it for granted. Thank you guys so much for all that you guys do and all that you provide to the growth of this channel. I do not take it for granted at all. All right, so until next time, splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. And remember, it's positive energy, it's positive vibes. And remember, what you put onto this world is exactly what you're going to get back. That's facts. All right. Now, it's always you versus you. It's me versus me. No matter what it is, how I'm going to gauge myself is me versus me. And I got to come out the winner or the victor. If you know, you know. If you know, it's always you versus you. All right. Appreciate y'all. Peace. And of course, always, splackle. Peace, y'all.